And there was a decent bit of Chronos getting played, actually, to relative success, I'd argue, and that's even maybe an understatement. It was Coast, I believe, that kind of tore things up on Chronos yesterday. All right, so we'll have to wait and find out by the end of this set. Genetics and Streak Up will be paired together, of course. In the long lane will be Chronos and Yamoja up against Draco Marino and Warchi on the Xingqian and Rom, respectively. So you look at kind of kill pressure in that lane, Mifflin.
It is a concern, but I don't know how much of that is just because I've seen Nika playing Amaterasu, looking just absolutely phenomenal on it. But as they rotate out, both of these gods should be able to do similar things. Cerberus rotates out, burns some beads, is able to jump on the back line, but it's fighting mid.
I stand corrected! Draco Marino rotates over to the mid lane. Marcus is there as well, and down goes Fails. From that Xingqian will strike first with the Papis.
And Marcus in a little bit of trouble as well as the Uller gets aggressive. The dash from Nemesis, she's looking to stick on the fight. Hawk, you gotta land the autos. Plays it well.
Oh no, but the Crush will turn it around. Chaos in the first 2 minutes of this game over in Europe. Good pickup there, Mifflin. And now Chekio is gonna get stunned down. Genetics has rotated out from the long lane. Fails, respawns, comes back to mid. 4 kills total in the first 2 minutes of the game. And really, the KDAs are, so that'll be great for mitigating Maniac, Genetics, a lot of the healing that's going to be done across the board. Needs to have it now in the mid lane as Chekio being jumped on. Has to use the I'm a Monster to get away from the fight. Hawk nearly finds the execute on the back line. Axe no good onto Draco Marino. Poking and prodding continues. No kills just yet, though Marcus is being collapsed on. Dashes through the stun. Ultimate down. Hawk up and over. There's the axe. Down goes Marcus. Gold Llamas have found themselves a kill and a great disengage ultimate from Genetics. Meltdown Warchi before he gets finished off. It is now the Primal Fury. Springs from the earth being looked at here. Cold Llamas have the ward coverage over it thanks to the Oracles. Papis, though, the one starting this one up. Papis unsuccessful on their first steal away. Streak Up melted down by Creed and Chekio in the backline. A perfect start to this fight by the Papis. Astral arrows striking down. Fails will pull back one onto Chekio as well. 1-for-1 trade, but Maniac has joined the fight. Down goes Hawk as well. 2-for-2. All of a sudden, as Genetics ultimate will sweep back through the rest of this fight. The dash away from Marcus may be enough. Creed still doing some good damage on the backline here as Maniac has found his way over onto Warchi. Who wants to disengage, though, here? It's a 3v3. It looks like the Poppy's a little bit less healthy, so they'll make their way into the back of the jungle.
Maniac's definitely looking for blood, feeling healthy, nearly full mana, has a healer in his back pocket. If he's able to find a TKO here, could open up a Gold Fury.
Well, Marcus is TKO'd now in this moment. Warchi doing some good damage here. Maniac just sort of shrugging it off. Has the sledge now and a little extra physical prots on the back end of things. Has to dash away. Riptide actually pulls Creed right back into the engagement. Here's the power of Cerberus. I'll do some damage, run you down, pop 2 with my ultimate. Maniac will be able to dash away here, though. Stun, no good. Onto the Amaterasu. Pulling back that extra 1 Mifflin that might open up the Fury.
It absolutely should. Maniac forced back to base there, and all of that happens because Maniac completely shifts his focus towards auto-attack fighting Warchi in a 1v1. I mean, that's the Hunter, Maniac, and you did go a Bruiser build, but it's not going to work out. You don't quite have the Void Shield finished yet. He should have disengaged after he realized he wasn't winning the DPS race, and he wouldn't have had to worry about this Gold Fury right now.
And the Poppies will finally
auto attackers in the jungler and inside the hunter role, putting a standard hunter there with a fantastic confirm inside of Chekio. It's all for Fire Giant.
Fire Giant being fought around right now. Draco Marino realizes just how much damage Shriek Up can do. We're a Wind of Rage and Steel. Dazzling offensive, though, will counter that one out thanks to Maniac. Pyromancer finally goes down. That's the space that an Amaterasu will buy you. The rest of the Poppies have to back off. Warchi pushing down the long lane right now. Creed finally falls. You wonder if this is maybe a sneaky FG call? Tier 2 tower still being looked at by Warchi.
And if Warchi continues to push and Cold Llamas do go for the Fire Giant, Warchi has that knowledge. He might be able to swing a Phoenix.
Marcus has to blink through the River's Rebuke here. FG down 10% HP. Still being pulled now by the Cold Llamas. Marcus dashes his way through. Poppies take it away. Cold Llamas, they lose the Fire Giant, and they might end up losing their left side Phoenix as well. Draco Marino trying to disengage from the fight, fails. Has a good bit of damage, but the Xingqian double bounce gets him out. Maniac finally gets rid of Marcus. Chekio will dash his way away beneath the tier 1 tower. Titan pulled by regular minions, so not all that much there. But ultimately, the Poppies steal away the FG. Might lose it on 3 out of 5 members, but a big win nonetheless.
Huge win, picking up a Phoenix as well. Draco Marino could die here. It doesn't really matter because Cold Llamas have no objectives to go to afterward, but Maniac just misses the entire ultimate. Draco Marino's out.
I don't know, man. It's been tough sledding here for the Cold Llamas. They wanted that fight. They won that fight. They just got the FG taken away. A small silver lining there, getting rid of Warchi at the end of it. And I guess more importantly than all, it's
start group up on the right side of the map or even the middle of the map. Force Cold Llamas to respond to your own aggression and allow these fire minion waves to slowly work themselves towards the enemy Titan.
Looks like the Cold Llamas looking to fight. Warchi has to use the ultimate to stay alive, but there's a double stun as he crashes back down to earth. But look at the damage Marcus is doing. Melts through fails. The Papis have that gold lead now. It's a double kill suddenly for the Nemesis as Maniac has found his way into the backline, but this Amaterasu won't be 1v4ing as Warchi picks up the kill. Well-timed Oni Fury for the Papis. Bad to worse if you're the Cold Llamas.
Yeah, things aren't looking good. And Cold Llamas executed on that fight in the jungle really well, especially Hawk. By the time Papis get to this Phoenix, I mean, good luck, Cold Llamas.
It's going to be tough. Genetics doesn't have the River's Rebuke here. Draco Marino catches so much damage, though, from Streak Up, who's now being run down. Aegis used, fails, picks up the kill onto Warchi. Mid lane Phoenix gone. Cold Llamas moving out of their base here. Low health bars to capitalize upon. Creed will use his ultimate here, pulls him back in. Can't get the kill onto fails. Instead, Streak Up continues his onslaught on the right-hand side of the fight. It's a Phoenix defense, but there are fire minions pouring onto the Titan. Middle Phoenix is down. Papis may be happy with the way that one goes, despite losing a couple members on the dude. No surprise, but it's really been, I think, the ultimates from Genetics that have kind of started things off, and then Maniac hoping and searching for some type of ultimate in the backline. Have you seen enough value out of this Amaterasu? I know it's interesting questioning it. We might have to return to that after this fight. You'll probably have some more data to answer my question. Pulled back in are a few, but Genetics, where did you go? Warchi evaporates him. Is now Maniac at half HP, won't be able to find value as he's going to have to leave this fight. Papis find a pivotal pick as the Fire Giant just respawns.
So we didn't get to see much from Maniac there, to harken back to your question a little bit, but I think a lot of the issues we're seeing from this Amaterasu this game is that she completely dedicates herself to this bruiser build. She's not got that much damage, she's not got that much defense either, so she's kind of sitting in this in-between state, this uncanny valley of am I a tank, am I an assassin, I don't really know. So he's not able to find the 1v1s against enemy carries. He's not able to deal enough damage for them to really care, and he's also just squishy enough that if anyone hits him, he could very easily lose his life.
Maniac is going to have to find some impact on the next fight. No contest from the Cold Llamas here. Left side, Creed over in the mid lane. One more is with him. Looks like Marcus is there as well, as the mid lane Phoenix will respawn. So the two lowest Phoenixes being looked at here. Streak Up, though, has gotten rid of Draco Marino just a little bit too far forward from the Papis. Warchi, though, trades one back. It's the ultimate out from fails as Creed moves his way back in. Mid lane Phoenix gone, left side Phoenix soon to fall as well. In goes Creed. Genetics is going to get pulled back into the front line here. No follow-up on that one. Marcus, he's found Hawk, though. 3 members of the Cold Llamas looking at him. Is he going to get the kill and get out? It looks like it. Big win for the Papis.
But Streak Up's damage has been shown in full swing there. Every single person he can name. They've allowed this Kronos to free farm the entirety of the time. His ultimate's maintained. His beads and Aegis are still up. I mean, it's an uphill battle to fight into, but he's certainly the issue for the Papis.
There you go. Creed and Draco Marino somewhat together here, but look what happens to Creed. He gets locked down and now taken down by Genetics. It's the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel that won't really find any value at all. The Papis once again pushed back, this time from the right-hand Phoenix. Fire minion waves pouring down the mid and left lane. So somebody from the Cold Llama test the Fire Giant, but I don't think that's going to be the case here, Mifflin, especially with the speed the Papis can finish off this objective with. They got a Primal Fury a few moments ago. Free FG once more over to the Papis.
Yeah, Cold Llamas just kind of missed their window a little bit. You can't really blame them. If they move up that far, they're likely going to lose their lives. They have to really buckle down at their own base and take fights there. If now that the EFG has come through, they can't even let the Papis touch the Phoenix. They can't let them get in, especially considering Warchi's got this fantastic attack speed steroid. They've got an auto attacker instead of Marcus as well. Chekio is going to be one-shotting Phoenixes. I mean, you can't let anyone inside, which means the Cold Llamas got to take the fight a little bit further forward.
Well, here we go again. Mid lane, Phoenix back and respawned. Right side, Phoenix being looked at. Creed and Marcus grouped together. The other three from the Papis on the opposite side. We've seen this story before, just on the opposite side of the map. Worked out for the Papis last time. How about this time? Draco Marino, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, countered out by Dazzling Offensive. Big team fight ultimate now missing. Genetics uses the River's Rebuke here as Fails will look to make his way into the backline onto Chekio, who pops the I'm a Monster here. Down it goes onto Fails. See you later, Cold Llama's jungler. This is maybe the opening the Papis needed. Slow down the fight, pull them into you, find yourself a pick. Titan being looked at here. Genetics eats the big ultimate. Cold Llamas have to move out of base. Streak up is down. Maybe the last line of defense for Cold Llamas. Bye-bye to Hawk as well. Maniac won't be able to help the Papis finally break the base, and they'll take game number 1.
Clean engagement from the...
But what could be Cthulhu Cupid, Cthulhu Jingwei, Sobek Cupid, Sobek Jingwei, you know, lots of variety, I think, here from the Papis. But you look at all 5, does one team excite you maybe a little bit more than the other?
Well, you'll never hear me not excited to see Alco. Oleron's going to be just dealing a ton of damage come late game with a fantastic ultimate. And even if you are able to close the distance to Hawk, Genetics with the Scarab's Blessing is going to make it where you have to do it to him twice.
All right, now we can finally shake down the drafts here. For bullying, I guess Maniac hasn't had to go back yet, but also doesn't have teleport. So a small moment here where Creed can actually pull a small advantage here in the long lane, or short lane rather, Myth.
Take a peek at Maniac's build. That's kind of smart, going for the Stona Gaia immediately, but let's hold that thought as Marcus is getting caught out in the jungle and Fails finds him.
Yeah, but Creed is here as well, and he has his ultimate now. Marcus back into the blue buff pit, so who gets the kill here? Will it be Genetics for the moment? It might have to be. Give the kill over to the support. Can Creed pick up the kill? Oh, the ultimate up for Genetics right at the right time, and back goes Fails. Well executed there by the Cold Llamas, picking up first blood.
Man, if Genetics isn't there, I mean, the return kill was almost guaranteed for Creed, but they get a little bit over-aggressive. Draco Marino has shown up as well. Seems like Genetics and Maniac are willing to back up a little bit. I really love this Stona Gaia pickup, man, but I'll hold my thought.
That was nearly a pluck over onto Maniac. Yeah, but Mifflin, look at, you know, kind of what's been caused here. It's teleport picked up from Creed. He's got back to lane. It's just now a 1-level differential, but until a few moments ago it was 2 levels already for this Cthulhu. You're going to need the Stone of Gaia and all that utility it brings if this Cthulhu starts to build on this lead a little bit extra, at least from what we've seen early on here. I'm going to just wait out my thoughts to see if any more comes of this one. Hawk and Genetics both looking at Draco Marino. There's the pluck back, Sanctified Fields, but countered out by Draco Marino's ultimate there. Damage is going to get the job done here, not CC. Fields of Love from Chekio as the rotation complete from the Papis. Hunter here, Creed taken low, no ultimate to save the Cthulhu. This time around, Genetics scurrying away. The double knock aside from Creed is there, and Marcus will find a kill to put the Papis on the board, but Fails has the damage to knock down Creed once more. Chekio doing his best to kite backwards. Heart Bomb won't get the stun this time around as Fails was able to walk away. 1-for-1 trade on the back end of an early fight. Definitely one of them to Genetics. You'll have to pick those targets properly as the game moves on. We did see a little mid laner involvement there. Chekio, Hawk, both rotating over. Sanctified Field was the first thing to start it off, and now the mid laners are going to get involved once more. 3-man rotation over to the mid, and Hawk will pick up another kill here. Fails Genetics, the 2-man roam, enough to pick up a kill on a Draco Marino. Mid lane maybe looking for a pluck, might be able to find one. Rooted down by Genetics here this time. A small engagement as Fails has ulted Marcus. This is a lopsided fight until Draco Marino grabs the pluck, but there's the pullback from Genetics as well. Marcus out of the fight for the moment. Maniac is going to rotate over from solo and maybe pick up the kill here. Blink away, and it looks like Marcus is out of the engagement. Creed has used his ultimate here. 4 members of the Cold Llamas in. Streak Up is going to rotate over soon enough as well, and Creed being identified. Sometimes it takes all 5 to get rid of a Cthulhu, and sometimes that's not enough. Draco Marino is there for the final pluck away, and he will trade out his life for his solo laner as Hawk will finally pick up the kill.
Man, that's pristine support play from Draco Marino. Just good. I think it's really going to be Maniac and Fails roaming around together once the team fight phase starts up.
Well, the answer, Mifflin, to an earlier question on if Marcus would return long lane was yes. Draco Marino trying to get on the board for the first time this game. Ultimate used by Genetics and Fails as well. Down goes the Sobek, and Cold Llamas will pull back another kill here in the mid. Tough game to be Draco Marino.
Yeah, he's not having...
300 gold lead here for the Cold Llamas. The pressure is there for the Papis. It's just making use of it that we haven't quite seen on other parts of the map. Genetics does not have Scarab's Blessing, but it is Sanctified Field used by Hawk here as he will retreat back near the gold totem, pop the money button for good use on the back end of things. Maniac has rotated, Creed has as well. Double knockup for the solo laner of the Cold Llamas. Marcus trying to get away, gets a little bit of a heal here. Creed is able to support his jungler to the best of his abilities. Disengage really from both sides here. Marcus all the way in the backline. Tier 1 tower dive, execute. Down onto Genetics. No Scarab's Blessing to save him this time around. Draco Marino trying to sidestep Hawk just a little bit here. Fails has gone back in, and Fails has gotten the kill onto Marcus. Wouldn't you guess it, Mifflin? Another 1-for-1.
Man, I love the play from Creed there to keep his jungler alive. The healing, the knockups to make sure he's able to just position around that backline and find the Ao Kuang ultimate onto the Khepri. Opens up the tier 1 tower in mid
of maintaining relevance in a slower paced game. We're going to heat things up a little bit though. Draco Marino looking for the pluck onto Genetics. Creed is here as well. For the moment, looks like a 4v3 fight that the Cold Llamas are going to be in the lead of. Marcus has to back off. Warchi does the same as well. Maniac going to run down Creed, but the disengage potential just as good as the engage potential on this Cthulhu. A 3-man knockup. Suddenly the fight might be over until Draco Marino goes back in, finds the pluck onto Maniac. There's the stun. Scarab's Blessing down, pulled on back. Is that Cullen? Can he finish off the kill this time around, though? Creed sure thinks, though. Finds the stun. Not enough damage just yet, though. Marcus still hovering back around the side. Pluck no good this time from Draco Marino. Somehow, Mifflin, is everyone going to survive?
It really seems like it. It's a misplay from the Papis. Marcus tries to use his ultimate onto Maniac once the Scarab's Blessing comes through, but someone else's damage finishes him off, but doesn't matter. Maniac's going to fall to Chekio. Well played, and that's going to open him up for the next 50 seconds. Fire Giant might be under a little bit of duress, especially considering Marcus going the auto-attack centric Ao Kuang build means he's going to absolutely shred this thing.
I mean, I am frustrated there if I'm the Papis. Obviously some small mistakes, but everyone from the Cold Llamas somehow survived, now except for Maniac. Fire Giant is started up. Draco Marino starting to hit those plucks a little bit more consistently here. Onto Fails this time. No ultimate for the Nemesis. The double dash away. Beads now used to avoid the root from Creed. Beneath the tier 2 tower, the Papis will go. They found Genetics, who's going to dash away. Fields of Love, as you point out, from Czechia will get used. Maybe job done, though, Mifflin, for the Cold Llamas. They've delayed this FG.
They have, but they lost out on so many of their tools. Beads are down, but Czechia falls as well. Hawk, nice
from the
shot,
back line. Goodness, that is a lot of damage. I didn't expect that. Chekio sure didn't either. Shell was available. May have saved his life there. Pyromancer looked at. Papis will take it down. They lost Chekio in the meantime. Maniac now back at respawn. So really the grand scheme of things here, Mifflin. 1-for-1 trade and a Pyro over to the Papis.
Small win, but with Chekio dead for the next 30 seconds and Goldfury alive, mid-wave pushed up. Cold Llamas could go for the tier 1, potentially a tier 2, and then fall back to Goldfury, and there's not much the Papis are going to be able to do.
Yeah, right, in the grand scheme of things, it's now the Cold Llamas that have tilted things back into their favor. Creed's still here. I don't think you sell out your life for a tier 1 tower at this point in the game. It looks like the Papis maybe electing to do so. Sanctified Field drapes over Creed, and that's a free kill. Not enough time to use that Cthulhu ulti. Has the bubble as well. Height of the Nemean line. We'll start building up some stacks here for him to shrug off some of that damage. Bubble popped, dashed away now. Genetics has to use his dash in kind. It's the poking and prodding. Neither team are going to make the full-on hard engagement. They're just going to wait for somebody to overstep. Maybe now is the time. Creed walks his way in. Genetics goes golden, prevents himself from being locked down, but Hawk has found the rampage as Fails gets rid of Marcus as well. Brilliant fight for the Cold Llamas. Creed left alone. 25% HP in the ultimate. Just going to try to sustain, disengage the rest of this fight. Losing fight through and through here for the Papis. Cold Llamas, half HP. Draco Marino. Warchi still healthy enough to maybe move back in. Blink actually from the Sobek. Maniac just gonna salmon pop his way away. Draco Marino, he's now paid with his life. Cold Llamas find 3, and they're gonna go right over to the FG.
Creed TP's in, but I'm not sure what the plan is, bud. That's going to be a 1v5 situation. Seems like he thinks better of it. And I think it even came through in your voice there, the frustration of that boiling point on that dancer on the fire giant. Just get in there, and it seemed like
in the game available outside of Creed's teleport. So a full strength fight awaits us. Cold Llama's a little bit stronger with the Fire Giant buff. Genetics takes a good bit of damage on his way in. Maniac pops the Thorns, pops the ultimates, but it's a Fields of Love responded in kind with a Sanctified Fields from Hawk. Shriek Up's found the first kill over onto Creed. The Papis limping away from this fight with a 4v5 for the next minute or so. Root down from Genetics. No wave to fully push in on the Phoenix, who's providing a fifth man temporarily for the Papis. In goes Maniac once more, but peeled out by Marcus. The crits ringing through from Warchi and fails now. Has to turn tail. Streak Up, the most recent to catch too much damage. He has to leave. The Cold Llamas are gonna maybe move their way in here. Finally, the Phoenix gets taken down, and the Papis will stay alive with 4. Well, he needs to be, a little bit more involved. 0-0-0. 30 minutes into the game. Granted, only 3 kills on the board. Has to use the beads here. Pluck connected. Yeah, he flew into that. He chose that positioning, and Genetics will burn the beads, and Fails will burn the health bar. Creed back from respawn. Big stun from Chekio. Now the mid lane Phoenix will be danced at 4v5. Minions pouring into the left side of the map. Creed jumped on by Maniac here. Or it's Chekio, excuse me, the one being leapt on. Maniac plucked on back. Chekio's got some good damage here. Look at what Creed is buying, though, on the front line, and it looks like that's enough to force the Cold Llamas back, as well.
And Fails really isn't even doing that much damage there. He gets the full-on Dragon Call channeled onto Maniac in that fight and drops him to 80% health. That's not what you expect to see from Alquang.
Big Sanctified Field from Hawk in the back corner of this jungle. Fails has found maybe the roundabout rotation. Streak Up gets rid of Marcus. 5v4 for Cold Llamas. Won't push the fight any further. Instead, they're going to turn around to the Enhanced Fire Giant.
As they absolutely should, and it shouldn't be that hard for them to confirm here, but it seems like the Papis aren't willing to let it go just yet. Marcus is dead for the next 40 seconds, and Cold Llamas are very willing to take this fight.
Creed is going to poke down a little bit of damage. Fails has found Warchi, who's going to have to move his way away. Shell picked up for himself as well as the bead, so no Aegis for either of the carries for the Papis. The auto-attack pressure prevalent, and upgraded shells will certainly limit that a decent bit. Fire minions, as pointed out by Doug, moving into the Papis base here. 75% HP left on the only objective that really matters, as the Cold Llamas continue to move their way around this Fire Giant. Might be a miracle steal scenario here for the Papis to keep themselves into the game. Fails, drops down the ultimate, unable to execute Chekio for the time being. Creed pops his own ultimate as a return and gets the kill over onto Fails. Enhanced Fire Giant taken by the Cold Llamas, but it's a full disengage from the red side to get back to base.
And the left side Phoenix for the Pop, only 2 Phoenixes left. They have to group up in this 5v5, and there's just about no ultimates available on the side of Cold Llamas. This might be a decent engage. Chekio just got his back.
Could be a moment for the Papis to go in. Do have to be careful. No beads, no shell for Chekio, no beads for Warchi. Or it's both actives for Hawk. He's the prime target if the Papis are able to find him. In goes Maniac, pluck back onto the Genetics. No Scarab's Blessing, and he'll have to dash away from the fight. Shriek Up has found massive damage over onto Warchi. That one brought to you by Hawk. And down goes the carry for the Papis. Chekio is going to heal himself up just a little bit. Marcus peeling back as well, as Maniac, rather, has found the pressure onto the front line. And the middle Phoenix once more will go down.
Marcus did 200 damage in that engagement. 2 auto attacks onto Genetics is all that landed through there.
Go!
This Alquang pick isn't getting value. He's got 2k more damage than his support and 1,000 more damage than the Capri. This Alquang, man, it ain't looking good.
Yeah, he gets ulted and has to leave again. Fails will take him down. Now it's a fight around the Titan. Creed uses his ultimate here. Last-ditch effort. Chekio gets the kill over on the Streak Up with the Titan. Way too low. Maybe it's the quadra kill. You gotta be kidding me. Genetics trying to take down the Titan. A pentakill to save the game, and the Papis stay alive.
Are they able to even end here? They've got so much time to work with. Chekio, you absolute monster. He doesn't need a jungler. All he needs is his bow and his buddy Sobek to win the game for his team. But there's still so much left that they have to work through. And that left side Phoenix, having been left down on the side of the Papis, they have to contend with that Oni minion wave. I don't know, man. I don't think they can do much here.
They're going to push themselves in. Look at this. It's Draco Marino and Checchio rotating around the right-hand side. They're just going to walk into the Cold Llamas base, and the Cold Llamas are left wondering in the gray screen if Draco Marino and Checchio have enough damage. 20 seconds on Fails. Hawk will be shortly behind. Creed is here as well. They're going to walk their way in. Titan has to get tanked up by Draco Marino this time around. Fields of Love drops down. 10 seconds left on the timer. Half HP on the Titan. Cold Llamas are not going to have enough time to defend. It is the pentakill from Checchio to turn the game around.
Look, man, I mean, that's all you could ever want from your